Questions like who is the best start to catch our attention from early childhood. And now we see many TV shows where adult celebrities interact with young children who must show how smart they are, how well they play, or how nicely they speak. The children sing. There are a great number of such shows. You see the parents standing behind the scenes, tearing up. The only thing that matters is to get ahead and to be better than the rest. They adhere to the philosophy in which only competing and winning makes life complete, vibrant, and meaningful. And it starts at a young age. What are your thoughts about it?
I'm strongly against it. After all, nothing can ensure our happy future except the right attitude towards connection between us. If these contests were about showing how getting closer elevates people, makes them better, purer, and how much happiness it brings, whatever you may say, we had good character building examples in the past.
Indeed. In the Soviet Union, you mean?
Yes.
Well, of course, such a system was built there.
It is good to cultivate this in a person.
Mutual help, connection, and support, right? It was constantly steering us in this direction.
Yes, even though it was completely against man's ego, against our nature. Although there were still gangs, rapists, murderers, and so on. All the same, in propagating the virtues of kindness, mutual assistance, love, selflessness, in this regard, Russia was in some ways ahead of the entire planet.
Yes, but I must say that this talented youth that used to have an audience, who sang like Robertino Loretti, who got to be way ahead of the pack, their lives turned out to be very hard, not only in the Soviet Union but across the world. The lives of these children who achieved the limelight are very tough.
Well, they were promised so much.
Yes.
What they imagined their future to be.
Very high expectations.
Naturally, they are just children. They don't understand how all this may come to an end and what it'll be like afterward.
True.
When their voices disappear, or let's say, they're no longer popular.
This is a big tragedy.
And once the audience no longer worships them as some idols, this is it.
Only a few make it out okay. The rest of these young talents end up being consumed in this fire.
Indeed, and what's worse, you end up boosting the child's ego.
Is this the worst of it?
Yes, it is not about whether or not he can be successful later in life with his talent, but instead the focus is that he no longer gets the response from others that he used to receive.
Meaning that the ego wouldn't take a step back. Once it's blown up, it keeps getting bigger and bigger?
Of course, it ballooned to the point of believing that he'll be getting millions of times more and more each time. And suddenly it all starts to subside, and the poor kid doesn't know where to turn or what to do.
I'd love to convey this all to these parents that put their kids on these stages, who feel such joy. Of course, they'll come down hard on us, those parents. You can't imagine how they cry when they hear their child sing.
Well, it's all fine if you don't know the tragedy awaiting each of these children once their talent is left without
due response, with no applause.
Yes, once it's no longer popular.
What conclusions can we draw from all this? That these shows should be replaced by a different kind?
Of course, transform them into being about giving to others. Only in bestowal can we find higher and higher states, when one demands more and more of himself without any possible return.
Oh, that's something. That would be amazing.
That is possible, to show that this is doable.
Yes, we can show this.
We can develop it further.
This is a good thing. It is human.
We can promote it. What one would take out of it is less important.
When we're exposed to this, we feel inspired and elated. Those who see it also feel good about it.
Yes, at least these examples will stay.
Yes, they'll stay.
And then one would not be left with nothing.
So you support such an illusion, a cinematic illusion to go on?
Yes, of course.
But now there is reality television, life, truth.
What truth? This is an egoistic truth. It is still
a lie?
It is finite, really. It leads to tragedies, but not here. You are shown the truth, and with your nature you begin to understand that you can't quite realize this truth.
Yes.
That what you're seeing are ideals, and these ideals are necessary.
So you're against showing the ugly side of truth, of letting the garbage out under the banner of reality TV?
No, that won't serve us well. We're egoists. This would never aim us in the right direction.
I see.
Just the opposite. We must act things out the way we do with our kids.
So that they grow through play?
Yes.
So that they develop with these idealistic, beautiful examples?
This is just like playing with your kids. For all humanity, you're children. So why wouldn't you act with them the way you do with your own kids?
This is the right way.
How to make adults out of the whole of humanity.